Hi out there. Welcome once again to the School of Articulation and Behavioral Alignment Clinics, also known as the SABA Clinics. In the SABA Clinics, it is all about articulation and behavioral alignment for full expression, where we hold so dear the family values. In fact, we vote 100% for the family values. My name is James Komolafe, and it is a pleasure having you on this behavioral health articulation series, which is our weekly tonic in the SABA clinics. And today's topic is another special one there, titled How to Understand and Maximize the Full Import of the Behavioral Health Fundamentals. The behavioral health fundamental, you wonder? It's all about the keystones, the critical issues in the behavioral health, which are just majorly 4 of them. We want to see through this study how to tap into the full opportunities of the behavioral health, both for virile living and for workplace productivity. Are you running riot or running right on the platform of behavioral health? Many a time people shy away from anything having to do with the health, especially as it has to do with the behavioral health. They frown at critical knowledge due to ignorance and the wrong mindset they have built over the years about the mental health. You know what? In life, information and knowledge will always precede application. The behavioral health is not all about the negative challenges as a matter of priority. It is your response to who you are from the inside to the outside, as you give definite response to the issues of life, both within and around you. So what are the 4 classifications under behavioral health, which are the 4 fundamentals? Until you know what you have, you may never be able to appreciate and attach the value needed to it. So the number 1 fundamental of the behavioral health is the place of personal authority. Authority not by legislation, but by definition, which is a composite function of who you are, what you have, and possess. This is defined by your personal responsibility to explore into yourself in order to exploit what you are and what you have. It is simply authority by personal definition. When you are not defined, of course, it could pave way for defilement. Then you are trapped in behavioral ill health. So engaging your energy in the right vibration for the right action generates your level of authority. So behavioral health 101 is your capacity to understand your personal definition in terms of your powers and properties for the right vibration. It is a flow from your personality that you know too well without the flaws or contamination. This is expression by excellence. So personal authority enables you to utilize your ability, engages your reality within specific activities. This is fundamental to behavioral health. The second fundamental is the classification of accurate sensitivity. This is your emotional intelligence at its peak. It's not enough to know who you are, the powers and the properties inherent in you. you also need to go ahead to understand people around you for better relationship and for exchange. This is all you do to secure a possible connection with people through empathy, reading in between the lines in order to understand what they really need. This is how you go about providing solutions and critical interventions to challenges of people around you and the society, of course. The third fundamentals of the behavioral health is a place of relevant productivity. You know what? As a creature of values, you need to lay hold on both your internal and external resources to create value and add worth through relevant strategy within your means. What do you create in effect? The goods and the services. This is the place for skill set development for the various forms of job as far as qualification is concerned, or job that you want to create. So it's either job qualification or job creation, depending on what values you have and how you want to create the goods and services for people around. Last but not the least is the place of planned longevity through intentional living as the fourth fundamental of the behavioral health. And this is by and large a function of the decisions that you take on a deliberate note, such as living in line with your personal definition, engaging both your internal and external resources, your capacity to cultivate relationships and celebrate people, how you go about to understand your limits and not breaking your behavioral stretch also matters a whole lot. How you keep healthy habits and nutrition, how you go about maintaining personal equilibrium and its protocols on a daily basis matters here. And then what do you do to avoid the mental and emotional blockades that daily stare at you? When you keep fit with all of this, then you will live long. So the fundamental number 4 is all that you do and refuse to do in order to live long. You have to plan it and work it out. Don't just desire it. You need to know in order to flow. Well, before we call it a day here, we like to say there are 4 groups of people as far as their attitude is concerned towards the behavioral health we have met in our SABA clinics procedures. People showcase 4 kinds of attitude in the behavioral health. So where do you belong, or your organization in question? The first kind of people will have, and their response is that they constitute the hoops, H-O-O-P-S. So who are the hoops? By attitude. They read our piece, and they are not in any way encouraged by our presentations and pep talks or procedures in the SABA clinics. They even fault some of our deliveries. They see no sense at all in what we are saying or doing. Then we have the second group, which is the hypes. They read or watch some of this our video online and are excited about it, but with no definite plan of action for the behavioral skill set that is required. They are just excited, no commitment. The third group are the hopeful. They commend our work seldomly and are often encouraged by our deliveries in real terms and practical terms. But guess what? They also leave it at that. Just say, oh wow, good read, good package. Then the fourth group is the helpful. After encouraging us, they go ahead to slate behavioral programs in their families, within their teams, groups, with the SABA clinics, in order to convey these procedures as helpful resources to people around them and to their organization, so as to minimize the incidences of the behavioral health hazard that is prevalent in the society and in the productive place. So what's the last line here today? It is the failure to know and to keep to these four fundamentals that lead to behavioral health challenges and havocs of all kinds. I say it again. When you fail to know and keep to these four fundamentals of the behavioral health, of course, you are writing a direct application to challenges which could range from mere common headache to any kind of disaster in health. So keeping to sound knowledge and applying them leads to harvest of the full import of these fundamentals. And what will they give? Full expression, of course. Behavioral health knowledge may never be free, but it is quite affordable. The behavioral health ignorance is very expensive and requires a compulsory funding when its trouble begins. So what do you do? Behaviorally, get out of the wrong belief about the behavioral health and invest wisely today in knowledge and application. Plan a behavioral health and wellness weekend with your family, with your team, with your organization. Give us an invitation in the SABA clinics, and we will work so dearly with you. For your comments, input, questions, and issues around the behavioral health and the SABA clinics procedures, please feel free to reach us on our email address given as sabaclinics@gmail.com. Also feel very free to share this space with everyone around. The behavioral health, your ultimate gateway to full expression, is our most valuable passion. Thank you so very much, and see you next time.